All right. So thank you so much, Mohammed, for being here. We really appreciate you joining us live from Gaza to tell us about Bidhra. And over to you, please. We're looking forward to learning from you.
Yeah, thank you so much, Salman, and thank you for having me with this such a great community. I have been an active member with this community, and I have been following all the recent events. I learned a lot from this community, so thank you so much for doing that. Thank you for your effort and your time. I would love to for this meeting to be friendly as possible as it can. So I just will take 10 minutes to explain my simple minimum presentation that I have done for explaining my idea. Then I will leave the remaining time to discuss and got any questions that we can have. So about Bidra, I do believe that since the beginning of this idea, people think that I just started Bidra from nowhere or from the urgency in the economic situation that are going on right now in Gaza. But unfortunately, it's not. It started from the people I lost. That's being said because I want to introduce you to Al Husari family. Al Husari family who were killed on September 5th, 2025. This family, as any Palestinian family, full of kindness and life ambition. And this family got bombarded in the late hours, unfortunately, while they were sleeping in their multi-floor home. And I want to mention between them the engineer Ahmed and his sister, Dr. Yara. To mention the suffering also for Ahmed. Ahmed remained under the rubble for 2 days, and he sent an emergency help call for one of his friends from his phone. But unfortunately, due to the lack of equipment and the conditions in that time and the help that arrived too late, he passed away. So now Al Husari family has gone, and their dreams lived with them. But we still have their dreams in many Palestinians' families in Gaza and outside of Gaza, where the war pushed them to go outside of Gaza. So the questions that come to the table right now, when the people carrying these dreams have lost everything they need to start, how they can start again? So that's the question that coming to me. The death of Ahmad Yara, uh, the death of Ahmad and Yara has affected me so much, especially that I have been sitting with them and listening to their ambition and dreams. I sat with them and I saw myself clearly with them, and we have common similarities. That's why I got this idea to continue their dreams. So now I want to bring your attention to before of the war. I want to bring your attention back for a while. Before of the war, the path for Palestinians was clear as it was. Any Palestinian would born, study, and grow and study, and then learn a craft, work hard for many years. Then that compounding effort could convert into a piece of land, a home, or a small business. But unfortunately, the war broke that path. And while now many Palestinians didn't just only lose their homes, the Israeli army is controlling, I believe, 60 to 70% of Gaza land right now. So the situation between your hands. So today, the problem, as what I said, is not that Palestinians didn't want to work. It's the opposite. Palestinians here and outside are waiting for the right opportunity and the right chance to start again. So, once again, the question that's coming to the table, how can they start again when everything they built so far is gone? And now, let me introduce you Bidhra, where after all of these things, thinking and thoughts, and the suffering I have in Gaza situation, I decided to build Bidhra. And the simple uh, principle for Bidhra is to turn donations into sustainable economic engine for Palestinians. The core principle is directing a portion or a part of the donations that are coming to Palestinians to real Palestinian businesses on the ground. So how Bidra will work is when a supported and empowered business succeeds, inshallah, that business requires to share a percentage of its profit to support other Palestinians businesses that also need help and they were in the same situation as the succeed one was before. And the impact of Bidra, the impact of this idea is a huge. And I want to create sustainable solutions. I want to create more job opportunities, and that's the most important of Bidra, is reducing dependence on aid. And from here, we can begin our dependence and start our dependence to let down our dependence on aid and start a process of recovery and growth. So let me say it quickly. I do believe that someone here at least has donated to a Palestinian in Gaza, but that will not work and will not make the impact as Bidra will do. And I'm going to explain it in the next slide, inshallah. But important note that I'm not against, and Bidra, I'm not against donations and aid. We do believe that they are important, but for just some parts of the community, not all the majority of Palestinians, especially in the way they are being used right now. So the help I do need right now, and I will leave the remaining time to engage with the community is since the beginning of this idea, and as you know, I'm stuck in Gaza, and I have been facing lots of struggles and things. So I do believe I need a partner or a co-founder, at least a partner who can join me this journey and with help, a partner who believes in this vision and want to revenge in a soft, honest way for the people. I want someone who once was in his phone and someone passed away from the Palestinian community has affected him so much as these people do. I can't escape the date of. I'm literally thinking about them every day. Especially Ahmed and Yara. They were like me, and we were sharing the same dreams, the same things. But in just a couple of moments, they were gone. So I do believe I want to carry their dreams, and I do believe that many Palestinians still on the ground have similar dreams, need someone to carry their dreams also to help them with that. And as Muhammad, as someone with the skills and the ability to communicate with the outside world, that's what at least I can do. I do need help. I do need someone with the same ambition, the same revenge, who wants to join this journey and to help me. Ideally, this person could be a Western guy who help with the registration for the organization to make it legitimate because I have been struggling as my location in Gaza. I do believe that the situation how will go to someone in Gaza. So this will help. This partner will help with the fundraising also and support me with the first project on the website. That this project is very important because this is our proof of concept and the trust case that I'm going to document for the whole world on the ground here in Gaza in a transparent way. And that's it. That's it. Now I'm listening to your questions. I'm listening to everything you want to share.
Thank you so much, Mohammed. Thank you for sharing um, your story and your initiative, your drive, uh, and your pain uh, about the Al Hasri family, your friend. Um, uh, yeah, I'm so sorry, brother.
Thank
Um,
you so much.
yeah, uh, the pain is um, part of what drives us to speak up, right? All of us here on the call and people who may listen to the recording later, who might view the notes later. Um, and um, yeah, thank you for sharing.
Thank you
Uh,
so much, Salman.
yeah.
This is, I believe, this idea will bring lots of benefits for our community, and I do believe in the impact, in the huge impact of this idea. So I do believe, as what I mentioned, I do believe someone here at least has donated to someone in Gaza or a Palestinian somewhere. But let's think about the impact of that. Let's say you have donated a 100 bucks to a Palestinian here in Gaza. What will happen that Palestinian will go to get some drink and food with that 100 bucks and drink it and eat it with his family. But then what? What's the impact? What about if we have think about a solution that we could benefit and take the most return on investment from that 100 bucks? That's why I have been thinking about directing a portion of that donation into a businesses on the ground. And let me ask the community the most important question. Until when, while these conditions are continuing to happen and we are besieged by the Israeli army, until when the Palestinians will still receive donations while Palestinians, as I said, they still carry their dreams and waiting for the chance and the opportunity to rebuild themselves again. Would anyone here answer me for that question?
Mm. Mahmoud, please.
Uh, I have an idea for you, Mohammed.
Yeah, my friend, how are you doing?
Hi, I'm sorry I've been moving out. I promised to help you. The last 2 weeks I was moving out, lost some time. I was thinking about something. Why don't you open up ownership? Like, for example, if someone is going to invest into a carpenter, let's say in Gaza, he will be a co-owner, let's say, like he will be having shares. And the fact that he has shares will be good PR for you, for the project. So when, for example, Israeli, because war will continue now, and there is a very legitimate question, people will say, okay, I will send money and the business will be bombed. Very obviously, war is going back. So you can use that. I'm just thinking out loud. I'm just,
Yeah, I want that. I want that thingy because
so
you. Thank you so much for sharing that. You bring my attention to something important. Just to reply quickly, we will start with projects on the ground in Gaza to support because they are the most destroyed and desperate people need help right now. But I do believe that my project will support also businesses outside of Gaza to make it able to continue to sustain. I'm looking for sustainability. This is the writing I'm looking for.
Yes, but make ownership. Like if someone gonna put 1,000 euros to for the, I saw the business for you were asking for 4,000. I think if someone's gonna put 1,000, you give him ownership. So when there is any problem, that person can write to his minister or can write to foreign affairs. He can make some good sound for you.
Yeah, could you please more again, please? Yeah, I don't know if I get your idea clearly.
Mhm. You want more details?
Yeah, yeah,
Sorry. Open up the shares. If someone's gonna put even 1 euro on any project, he is a co-owner of the project. So he would get ownership. It's spirit. Let's say it's like emotional ownership, and he will be
yeah.
your voice outside of Gaza because war is going back, and you will build up stuff, and things can be bombed. So
Well, I do believe, I highly believe that this is an amazing idea, but the question that the bottleneck for still for me is, uh, are you legitimate? Are you who's going to do that? That's basically my question. As what I told you,
it's
Mahmoud, you know me so much. I'm just a normal guy struggling with my conditions also here in Gaza. So it's not it hasn't been easy for to do
no,
that, but I'm looking forward for it.
no problem, because what you told me last time about the fact of registering the company and to open up a bank account and everything, that's all details. You just need to wait a little bit from Tech for T4P. They come back to you, and I mean, I can give you my own company, and you use my company address and fiscal number, and you can open a bank account. But as you are in process now with Tech for Palestine, you wait for them to give you the right steps. But at the same time, we need to think bigger because you have a great project, I think. I would say for me,
Yeah, I
it's
do believe.
excellent, and you can use that as like a center to attract good things to you, to Gaza, and then people will have ownership. It's like crowdfunding, like you can even crowdfund reconstruction and make it something to everyone, belonging to everyone.
Hmm. I, so I will second Mahmoud's idea. I think that this is a potentially brilliant idea that might result in more fundraising and more ownership. And this also aligns highly with the other initiative that Mahmoud is leading, right? The call.world, the call where you symbolically become a Palestinian citizen, honorary Palestinian citizen. And it doesn't give you any rights, but it gives you that ownership. Hey, I'm a Palestinian citizen too, and I'm going to fight for Palestine. And you know, Mohammed, and others who get involved in this project, you can think through some of the details. The last thing anybody in the community will be thinking about is trying to make a profit off a business from a share in Gaza, um, while the genocide's happening, still ongoing, right? But
Yeah,
it could be some derivative, some pattern that's similar to ownership, where any profit sharing is deferred for 2 years, 3 years, 4 years down the line. And so, let's say somebody that one project that's on Bidhra right now is asking for $4,500, and somebody
yeah,
you know takes 50% ownership or 10% ownership of that project, helps funds it, with the understanding that they have some level of ownership, right? Whatever the project owner in Gaza and the money person in outside of Gaza agree to, right? And they also have an agreement that maybe no profit sharing happens within the first 4 years or something like that. But then after 4 years, at 10% profit sharing, then that person outside of Gaza gets 10% of the profits from that business, assuming that business is still going on at that time, right? Inshallah, it survives, it thrives, and it's a,
Inshallah.
and that's a, just like Mahmoud's other initiative where he's creating this ownership of symbolic ownership of having a honorary Palestinian citizenship. It's a symbolic thing. I'm a proud honorary Palestinian citizen, for example. A when the angle, I'm just repeating Mahmoud's words, right? Uh, I buy, 10% of that bakery in Gaza. If something goes wrong there because of Israel, I can go to my local politician and say, hey, Israel is messing up my business, and I want the government to do something about it. So I think that's a potentially brilliant
That's
idea.
that's will put me that the first target for them. But I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid.
Right.
I'm encouraged enough to do that.
Yeah.
Thank you, Salman, for sharing, Mahmoud. I do believe that Tom with us here, I don't know if he's the Tom with the took first time or not, but I want his feedback about that since I'm officially a project with Take Palestine.
Hey, well, yeah, that is me. But yeah, I would actually. I mean, I don't disagree with anything that they've said, but I would prefer not to like give advice outside of technical and just because it's yeah, just for reasons. But um, but yeah, I mean, I think if you have so the thing about ownership is it typically only works like in a traditional sort of business ownership model, like to give equity essentially is what we're talking about, like giving equity in the business. And and I'm not sure even how that works in the context of businesses in Gaza. Like I don't know if there's even I mean, because right now you don't even have a government to speak of. So like I don't know
Yeah,
how
Yeah.
licensed and all of that kind of stuff. So I'm not logistically like how that would even work. I mean,
that's why I'm looking for a co-founder because all of the logistics are being so hard nowadays with the exit of the Hamas government. Nowadays we don't have any government right now to operate, and I have lots of obstacles and questions to bring to the table to operate this idea. This idea is a visionary and ambition idea, but it also needs lots of help and systems. That's why I have asked and I have been looking for someone outside with the advantage being a Western guy to help with the logistics.
Right.
yeah, well, and
Do you believe do you believe that, Tom? Because I have a call with Paul today, and he advised that looking for a partner, not a co-founder. I do still believe that I need someone outside.
yeah, are you saying that Paul recommended that you not do that or that you do that?
He's not saying that you 100% don't need to get a co-founder, but he said that you just need a physical sponsorship and you can operate it. But I still do believe that I need someone outside.
Hmm. Um, and Mohammed, some of these details, we can discuss. There's some options there as well with fiscal sponsors and things like that. Organizations that kind of played the in-between role from getting money from donors to you, right? And so, but I agree with you that having a partner outside of Gaza would definitely be useful, especially someone who can take ownership and be like a co-founder with you, someone who is driven to help with this cause. Um, and then also, even like some of the details around how the ownership works. That's some of those details. Like first, I think maybe the first step would be figuring out if that you know, if this is a suggestion that Mahmoud is making that I am seconding, right? But neither Mahmoud nor I are Palestinians, right? And so this is something that maybe something you would discuss with other Palestinians to decide if even going towards this model is even worthwhile, right? Where outsiders have ownership, partial ownership, and then and if yes, then the technical details around how that would work and where the organization will be set up and how it will deal with the taxes and ownership details. Those things can always be figured out later. And like even doing business, let's say between Canada and America, two countries with the largest border between them, even that can sometimes get complicated. But people always figure those things out, and maybe some of the lawyers in the community can help with some of those details. But the first question I think might be to see if there's even appetite to do this, if to consider if that's even a good idea. Um, and and Palestinians decide whether that's a good idea or not. It's a humble suggestion from Mahmoud and others here, but it seems like a very good idea initially. Tom, please.
Yeah, sorry. I just wanted to add that, yeah, I don't hate the idea at all. And I actually agree completely that it would be very useful to have a partner or a co-founder outside of Palestine. I will say the reason we do offer fiscal sponsorship now. It's a new thing that we're doing at Tech for Palestine to people who need it, but I'm not even sure it's
Yeah,
necessarily.
Paul suggested that. Paul suggested that today, and he just sent an email to the team. But still, the question that coming to the table, I have been since of the beginning of this idea when you interviewed me, Tom, you and Paul, and accepted this idea with the incubator. I have been struggling with this bottleneck, but the next bottleneck after you solving it, inshallah, with Tech Palestine, finding a physical sponsorship, is start collecting the donations. And all of these, as what I said, I do believe that I don't have a big audience or a network, so I do believe a handout with me on this journey. This journey is big, and the economy right now, I'm not going to talk about the statistics. With a simple research on the internet, you can find the statistics and all of these things about the unemployment people and desperate need for jobs and money right now. But I'm going to say that I need someone because I do highly believe need someone because he will help with with the next bottleneck that will appear after solving this one and the next one and the next one and so on.
Yeah, and and some ideas like this definitely can take time to get going, right? But in my humble opinion, I think this is a great idea. Um, and inshallah, slowly over time, hopefully not too slowly, it will gain momentum. Um, and a lot of people, a lot of my good friends, many on the call here right now, I know are donating lots of money to Palestine, some going into debt to do so. And if they are given an option where they can support a business instead, where things become more sustainable, they will start redirecting as well. And I think this is definitely something that both Palestinians and uh, allies all over the world see value in, for sure. So it might be slow, but I feel like this will definitely make progress. Mahmoud, you want to add something?
I think, Mohammed, that you must work absolutely. I will help you with that. I'm totally convinced that it's all about PR. It's all about how you sell the story, how you sell the project. You need to sell ownership to people. Like, even if it's symbolic, you don't care. They send the money there. We will find. There is Desiree. Desiree is here on the call. She's a lawyer in America, so she knows law. But we can find people in Gaza, lawyers, to connect the dots and everything. But the most important thing is that you will put uh, great marketing, so people come and invest in you. At the end, it's investing in you and the projects, and to have ownership. And you can even sell it as, make the word reconstruct Gaza. You can sell this even as a counter, how do we say, counterpower? Yes, a counterpower to the Trump board peace. You can be an initiative totally different from the Trump board peace. You say, okay, we're gonna ask the world to rebuild Gaza, and everyone putting €1, $1, he has ownership. He's a stakeholder, and it will put pressure on the classic political boards. I don't know. It's just, let's say,
Yeah, I
brainstorming.
know.
Yeah.
I know that, Mahmoud, and we have been discussing this lately, me and you. Inshallah, that it will work, inshallah, one day. But as what he told you, let's solve the, as what he told you in our last chat. Let's solve the bottleneck for us right now, and the bottleneck for me right now is the physical sponsorship will take for Palestine, I promise, but I do need a faster or something like that to guarantee it, because as Paul said, that it's not 100% guarantee that we can get it. And the second thing is the co-founder. I forget to mention that one of the most important reasons for looking for a co-founder is that I'm in Gaza still, and being located in Gaza, that means you can lose the connection and the operation to the whole world in just a second. So I do believe I want the impact of this idea to be a sustainable, me or even without me. So that's the most important part of this idea is sustainability, and that's it. Go ahead, Mahmoud.
Bro, go on the streets, take a camera, film. I don't know where is the safe spots that are not really destroyed. You say, okay, hi guys, today we need 2,000, 10,000, whatever you need to build up a coffee. This coffee will bring jobs to 3 persons. Those 3 persons can eat, can do this and that, and you can go viral like that. The goal, say to yourself, don't think small, think huge. Today you are, I mean, sorry for the word, we are already fucked. Big time.
Yeah.
So you just need to think huge. You say, okay, we're gonna rebuild Gaza worldwide, and then people will come to you. People are losing hope. People are desperate. There is no more any. People need to You need to give people hope outside. Don't focus on Arabs. Don't focus on the Middle East. Focus on the West. In the West, people are desperate to help, but they need to find something reliable because there is a lot of scams. So if they see you, you are the face of reconstruction. You need to become the face of reconstruction. Think about it like that. You are bringing hope to Gaza. You are a young man, not affiliated to any political side. You are bringing hope. Sorry.
Thank you so much, Mahmoud. So you're suggesting right now is to go fully with marketing the idea and communicated it. Okay, and inshallah, I will do it.
Yeah.
So
And then
that's it from my side. If anyone have any question or thoughts.
nobody has their hand up, so if anybody would like to participate, please do so at any time.
Well,
Man,
Manal, we have Manal here. A big thank you. Go ahead, Manal, and a big thank you for. I just want to mention, guys, that since of the beginning of this idea, I have lots of letdowns and lots of big people like Manal who has good supported me, and thank you so much, Manal.
Assalamu it's my pleasure. I didn't really do much on one end. I'm so sorry I came late. I'm happy that I'm actually catching some of this convening. Have we resolved how to get money to you? So is it through, for example, groups like Tech for Palestine or any of these other nonprofits that already exist and that are doing this work? It doesn't seem, Mohammed, that we have answered that question, correct?
Yeah, that's what we are looking still as what I worked with you and we have on our last chats. We still looking forward for a solution to fix this problem.
But if we found someone here in the U.S. that says, "Okay, I'll partner with you. You can list me. Let's create the nonprofit here in the U.S." What happens? How do we still get the money to Gaza? So
Well,
we could solve one problem, meaning that now it's U.S. based. People can make donations. But then, what's the final step to get the money from a U.S. based nonprofit to you?
yeah, thank you so much for bringing that important question. I just didn't get the chance and the attention to bring it to the table. How I will get the money after people will donate to that campaign is with many ways. Like we have right now money exchangers who take just a percent small fee of that total amount. Also, I have a network like a Palestinian guy in the UAE, United Arab Emirates. He has a Palestinian bank account and Abu Dhabi account, so he can receive the money on Abu Dhabi account and transfer it to me in the Palestinian bank account. Also, for the first couple of projects, I do have a platform. I'm working as a freelancer, which is Upwork, and can receive the money there and directly take it on my account. There are lots of ways. I do believe that's not the bottleneck and the problem for receiving the money. And I do believe that most of organizations getting the money with the same way that I'm going to tell you, which is, and this is the chicken and egg formula, which is nowadays to receive money directly, I need to go to the Bank of Palestine and tell them that I need an account type that allowed to receive money directly. They will ask for two things: the registration of the company. They prefer a Western. I don't know. As you, Salman, connected me to Khalil Msallam, who has said that exactly. I need to register the company, and that's why I asked for a co-founder in the first. I need to register the organization in a Western country, and I do need some of the projects on the ground because when I will go to them and show them the registration, they will say, okay, you have been operating on the ground and you have some of the track record. You're not just getting us with hypotheses and assumptions, especially nowadays because we don't have a government. Everything is going so difficult, hard, and so it's crazy right now. So we do believe that I need to go above and beyond to prove for them that I'm not just a guy with assumptions. I'm a guy with operating projects on the ground.
People are, Manel, sorry to jump in like that. A few weeks ago, I met with a doctor in Luxembourg, Palestinian guy, and they were working on transferring money to Gaza via crypto with USDT. I don't know, I don't remember which exchange it was. I think Binance. And
USDT. I'm sorry, I didn't. Thank you for Mahmoud for bringing that, and that's an option also. As Gazans here, we allow to receive with USDT currency. Hopefully, the Israeli army will not listen to this meeting, so they're not breaking it down.
Yeah, we can skip the publishing of the recording if you like,
No,
and
no, no, no. It's. I would love to publish it. I do need help. I do need
yeah,
people to find it, to support, and to offer help.
yeah. And then I want to also come back to again something that Mahmoud mentioned earlier as well. The ownership, you know, it could even be strictly symbolic, right? Like where monetarily it doesn't mean anything, but just symbolically, just like the website called symbolically, I'm an honorary Palestinian citizen, right? So symbolically, I could be an owner of the um, a bakery in Gaza, a tech shop in Gaza, a barber shop in Gaza, whatever. And I have a piece of paper that says I'm a co-owner of this property, and at the bottom, and it clearly says, okay, this is a symbolic ownership, not real ownership, so that it's legally there's no issues, right? And that still, kind of creates a sense of ownership, right? Like, so let's say I say, okay, I'm gonna donate $2,000 for this bakery in Gaza. I'm one of the co-owners. That's something, that I'm gonna remember 6 months to 2 years, 5 years down the line. Like, I have a bakery in Gaza that I'm a part owner of, that I co-own with a Palestinian proudly, right? A matter of pride. But on paper, it doesn't mean anything, but it's symbolic, right? And so that symbolism can be important and useful for fundraising and keeping that continuity and sustainability going, and still help with the kind of like the political aspect of it as well. Maybe that angle can be brainstormed a little bit further as well. So yeah.
So yeah, thank you so much, Salman, for bringing that. Yeah, it's a good idea, an amazing idea that worth considering. I do believe also it's 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 a little bit of advanced and can be worth discussion and having a little bit further after solving the next two bottlenecks that I'm suffering from right now.
Hmm. Yeah, one step at a time, obviously. And something like this, with friends from Tech for Palestine, Mahmoud, myself, others, when some simple needs to be created for projects for oh, did we lose Mohammed? No, Mohammed's here. Okay. Something simple, the website needs to be created to create such symbolic documents for projects that are getting real donations. That's something that can be solved from a tech perspective very easily. Now, the real ownership, that's a whole another legal kind of issue that our lawyers friends would best advise about. But thankfully, Desiree and others have offered to at least look into that and help with that. And yeah, cool.
I think maybe you guys already touched on this, because once we figure out Muhammad's situation, then we have, a path for other projects that we can help,
That's it.
right? So right now, you're like the pilot study for us to figure out how to do this efficiently.
That's it.
Yeah, because the groups that we've touched base, so like Build Palestine and Chuffed and some of these others that already exist, there still seems to be a little bit of a hang up. Because
Yeah, and that's what pissed me so much, because with all of the efforts and I didn't expect that I'm going to suffer in from this challenge. Salman, thankfully, Salman connected me to lots of guys. You're thankfully you're one of them, and I have been talking with most of the co-founders and people that I have connected with, but nothing pay off yet. That's making me thinking that what where is the problem? I do believe that with the sense of the questions that I got from people of the beginning of this idea, part of it that because I'm being in Gaza, but Alhamdulillah nowadays after talking with Salman and joining communities, supported active communities for Palestine, I'm being legitimate a little bit, but still I do need help. I do need eyeballs. I can do the marketing and bring that to the world. I'm a marketing guy, but still do believe that I need to fix the two things in front of me and in the table right now. Do you believe that?
Yeah, I know nothing about marketing, so that's definitely, but that's definitely an area to work on, and then a progress in many of these things can be painfully slow. You and I are already also part of Entrepreneurs for Palestine. That's definitely also a good community to leverage. And you keep making connections, and sometimes you make a connection today, and 3 months later it comes to fruition, where something clicks in somebody's head. Is like, okay, I gotta connect Mohammed to Cecile. Cecile would be an amazing partner for Mohammed, and she had similar ideas, and she can potentially be a great Western partner for Mohammed, because Mohammed's looking for a Western partner who can take ownership of this idea somewhere outside of Gaza. So and so keep making those connections, and you never know when it might come to fruition later. So um, and and the fiscal sponsorship thing, I for Huck now, I've been through some of the pain there as well, and um, uh, there were a few different options, and they were all um, kind of like several ended up being dead ends, and so it's part of it. You're doing something brand new that has not been done before, and so are a lot of people here, but we are all dedicated, like the Tech for Palestine team, and everybody else who's also here, uh, dedicated to making things happen. But sometimes just things just happen slowly, and yeah.
Thank you so much, Salman. Yeah, I'm just going forward with this idea and looking for help. I appreciate anything and any help would come for a normal guy like me operating in from Gaza. So that's it from my side.
Bro, we need to suffer in life. There's a book, it's called Ride the Tiger. We need to suffer. There is nothing for free. It's unfortunate, but it's like that. And with suffering, you have great honor at the end. That's the game. So be happy.
Suffering,
You are,
suffering, Mahmoud,
yeah,
Mahmoud suffering above the things that I'm suffering from in Gaza would be much fantastic for me.
bro, you are building something incredible. Seriously, you are building something great.
I agree. I agree. So,
Maybe one additional
Manal, please.
follow-up question. So before we end the meeting, what is have we determined, because again, I'm a little disadvantaged because I came in late, are we saying like, here's the first 2-3 steps that Hamad needs to do? So is it finding a partner, creating the nonprofit in the US, finding a fiscal sponsor once you get the sponsor? Do you have like the first step, second step, third step that we can help you with at this point? Is there any clarity around that?
Well, yeah, thank you for asking that. The first is the physical sponsorship, and the next is the co-founder.
So
So if I can find you a co-founder, let's say I find someone that says, I'm willing to put my name as a co-founder. So, and you guys trust each other and I trust the person I'm introducing you to. So that
Yeah,
happens. Now we registered it as a 501c3. We need us to have that registered here in the US, correct?
yeah,
Okay. And then the third step is to start the actual campaign to fundraise.
yeah. That's the easy part. The hard part is registering the company and being that for that for that guy, that co-founder. He needs to be a little bit courage to afford the pain, as what I shared. I don't know if you were with us and from the first of the meeting. He needs to be ambitious and need to revenge for anyone passed away from the Palestinian community, and he needs to be patient and afford the pain of being in an idea like that. That's it.
And it could be a she, correct? It doesn't have to be a he.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Of course.
All right, thank you for answering that question. I'm going to work on seeing if I can find you that co-founder.
Thank
and
you so much, Manal.
yeah, thank you, Manal. Thank you so much. And the rest of us here on the call, we can be on the lookout too. And if somebody wants to consider doing that themselves, uh, uh, you can always get in touch with Mohammed, and I can connect you with him. Um, um, and um, and yeah, we can be on the lookout. And Mohammed, you can continue looking for that co-founder in this community and Entrepreneurs for Palestine and other communities as well. And sometimes, it can take a little while um, to find the right person as well, right? So it's yeah.
Muhammad, I will always diffuse everything related to you with the core community, and you can count on me. I am at your disposal.
Thank you so much, Mahmoud. So yeah, yes, Salman. So I'm going to make forward and to move forward with this idea, but I do believe that, to be honest, I do believe that this is one of the final call out for the outside world to at least help me with this bottleneck and this problem that I'm facing right now, because since of the beginning of this idea I have been suffering to find someone to do that, and smart ideas need smart goals, and my smart goal was that I'm putting a deadline for this idea to prove it, if it's will work or not. And as what I shared during my presentation, that my first project is the most important, and this is my proof of case, trust case for this idea. If it's will going to work, inshallah, I'm going to dedicate my time and more energy for the idea, inshallah. So I do believe that for everyone, I want to ask you to give a little bit of effort and time to mention my name, mention my idea, or bring any help you can do it. Thank you so much, Salman, and thank for everyone who has been listening to me.
Yeah, and thank you, Mohammed. I just want to mention one more thing. I shared this in one of our previous chats as well as previous meetings. Um, so for Manal and Mohammed and maybe others who may be interested, there are organizations like Ally for Action, nonprofit organizations that can help with the 501c3 part. I'm probably using that number incorrectly, but you know what I mean.
You're
Uh,
correct.
and
Yeah,
and
You're correct.
Oh, I hear it all the time now. So now I know American number is better than Canadian ones. So basically, for a nonprofit organization, you don't have to establish a 501(c), you can go through them, and they take a small percentage of your donations, but for that they deal with all the taxing related stuff. And so for anybody who's receiving, less than 10,000, 50,000, 100,000 a year, that's a great option. Once you grow significantly beyond that, then you can always take your system out of them and do it on your own. But basically, when you do this, then you don't have to worry about accountants and uh, other tax details. And so basically, they take care of all the details. So this is a good option. Even going through them, once there is a co-founder, right? Even going through them, it takes many weeks to get set up. But once you're set up, then you put their donation link on your website, and then you start receiving the donations at some interval. So that's an option that can be considered. And I have used them. I did start using them for Huck Now initially, but they were too slow. So then I went with another direct local option here in Canada, um, uh, in which I have to deal with the taxes and all that stuff myself, because they were a little bit too slow. But slow is better than nothing, right? And not having to deal with, um, you know, all the documentation and fees and accounting that comes with setting up a nonprofit is definitely something that is a huge advantage. So something to consider for Mohammed, for Manal, and for anybody else who might be in this kind of space. So
Thank you so much, Salman. I will
yeah,
definitely consider that.
yeah. Okay. So Mohammed, any last words before we finish our call today?
Yeah, for sure. I would just say it once again. This I have been a member with this community, and I will be continue with be inshallah. Thank you so much, Salman, and thank you for everyone who has been with us and will be with us inshallah in the future. For me, especially, I learned lots from this community, and I will be a dedicated guy for this community to give anyone will be in the same position in the future. So thank you, Salman, for your time and effort and for everything you're doing for us and for this world for everyone. Speaking out about us and giving us that give us a kind of relief and love that we are being remembered as Palestinians in Gaza, not forgetting or people do consider us as a human as and as 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 people live and care about things. So thank you so much, Salman, and everyone in the community.
Thank you, Mohammed. It was an honor to host you. Thank you, everyone else, for being here. I appreciate all of you, and we'll look forward to seeing you in 2 weeks. Um, and our next speaker would be Omar Harami, who will talk about Christian pilgrimages to the West Bank. Um, uh, and then I forget. I think Karina introduced us, if I remember correctly, and I believe she did the same tour. Um, and so we'll learn about that in 2 weeks. Yeah. Thank you, Karina. Yes. Okay. Thank you for the confirmation. So. We'll looking forward to learning about this experience in 2 weeks. Thank you so much, everyone. Have a great rest of your day, and see you in 2 weeks. Bye bye.
Goodbye. Thank you so much, Salman. Ma.
Wassalam.